Potterpuffs, welcome back to my channel. I am pleased to do this video. It's a subject that I've wanted to do a video on for quite a while and I needed to make sure that I did it justice and I told you guys straight how I felt about the subject. So that's why I'm going to do a bit of a pros and cons and what I really think of Wizarding World Gold. If you are new around here, don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notifications bell so that you don't miss any of my future uploads. And let's get started with my thoughts. So late last year, we were hit with some news from Wizarding World. And usually we're used to kind of news on little subjects, little bits of information that gets leaked. But generally, it's not a membership to be part of, essentially, a Harry Potter fan club. I was very excited when I heard about the news, but also, what is it? Because we're kind of in a club already if we're in Pottermore. On YouTube, there are so many videos of people sorting themselves using that function. And I feel like with Warner Brothers and JK, we often get this kind of overwhelming spend your money kind of vibe from Harry Potter because there is so much merch you can buy, so many different places you can visit, and it's all a bit money grabbing. But also, there are lots of lovely things that you can add to your collection. Whilst I don't mind money aspects of Harry Potter, there are certain things that some people don't like about that. And also, I think with this subscription, people felt that, I'll explain the kind of basics of it in a second, that it was quite pricey for what it was. But there are a lot of things I did like about it, and that's why I ended up subscribing. So the first sticking point was the fact it's only open to people in the UK and the USA. So it cut out a lot of the Harry Potter community, but there are reasons for that, again, which I'll explain later. It is a one-off cost of $59.99, and that pays for your whole year subscription. Now, to me, that's a really good thing because even though £60 is a lot of money, it's not something that you're going to have as a direct debit coming out of your account all of the time, which is inconvenient, expensive, and halfway through the year, you'll probably be like, oh, why am I still paying for this? So it's better to get it out of the way. It's an expensive present, but it's also quite a nice present that you could do. They advertised it as early access, discounts, and you get something magical as a welcome gift. And also, people love pins, and there were pins involved. So there were some good points there. So when I read up about it, basically the only reason that I subscribed straight away, and I definitely did this on an impulse and probably looking back, shouldn't have jumped into it so quickly without researching it a bit more. I wanted the journal because they sold it as a personalised Harry Potter journal with parts to fill in each month. That is completely up my street because I love creative things and I love journals. So I was sold with the fact it was personalised, and I kind of justified it to myself because I thought £30, I would definitely pay for that. That's half of the price of Wizarding World Gold, and there's other benefits such as the pins, which I did think originally came through the post. So there's the gist of Wizarding World Gold. It took off, and to be honest, I think it had quite an underwhelming reception. I don't think Warner Brothers thought that it would be kind of a slow burner, which it is. I don't feel that Harry Potter fans rushed to subscribe and pay £60 for it. Most people, from what I put out on my Instagram, were kind of a bit like, yeah, it looks cool, do like the idea, but it's too much money for me and I'm not sure about it. So a lot of people were on the fence about it and didn't subscribe initially. I was probably in a minority, I would say, of people who jumped on the bandwagon to subscribe to Wizarding World Gold. And then some things happened which probably created an influx of subscribers. We will start on the happy points, which is of course the pros, and there are definitely pros to Wizarding World Gold, otherwise I wouldn't have subscribed in the first place. The main one being, I actually think the cost is a pro. £60, said it earlier, lot of money, but affordable enough. There are loads of people that subscribe to subscription boxes. I have myself in the past. They are generally no cheaper than £30 a month. So if you think £60 for a year, £30 a month, different things, but kind of similar. So I felt that that one-off cost of £60 was actually quite reasonable, especially with the promised journal. And here is the Keys and Curios journal, which is of course personalised to you and your house. So gifting this as a birthday or Christmas present is just ideal. Like, that's a lovely present to receive, and I do know quite a few people did ask for this for Christmas and we're very happy with it. Here is your welcome page, which features "You are a true Hufflepuff." It's got a personalised poem on the right hand side, and it is gorgeous to look at. There's a lot going on and there's little surprises throughout the whole journal. The next pro is definitely the pins. We all love pins in the Harry Potter community. It's definitely something that is very, very popular to collect. You can get up to, I think, maybe 6 pins, I might be slightly wrong there, in different Wizarding World locations throughout the world. There's 1 at Cursed Child, and then there's 3 in America. There's basically 6 in UK and in America. And to collect them all, there's no purchase necessary, but you do have to go to all those places, which can be difficult even just to get the ones in this country. Now, the best thing you can do is obviously do swaps. That is not something that Wizarding World representatives actually say you should do. There are Facebook groups where you can trade them, which I think is a really good idea. But the whole idea of it is so you go to those places and pick them up. Getting to those places is tricky. I'm not going to be able to get the ones in America within my year's membership. But the pins themselves are beautiful, as this is the pros list. They come on a gorgeous gold and black backing, and I put them on my pin board. They're related to the place you visit, so it's a really nice souvenir to collect without spending any money if you've already bought the membership. The main bone of content, something like that, was ebooks. So another reason that I subscribed so quickly was because I thought ebooks was audiobooks. Now, that is completely my bad. I did think for some reason that was what that was. When I realised that actually it is just electronic copies of the books, which makes sense, ebooks, I was disappointed because I didn't do my research. Now, I get that having an ebook of Harry Potter is good. It's great for if you're on the go, but generally, unless you're in a parallel universe, most subscribers of Wizarding World Gold are going to be avid and massive Harry Potter fans who will most definitely have copies of the books already. So even though we are getting something new, we're not, because we already could put our book in our bag and take it with us somewhere. So to me, I feel like, yeah, that's a perk, but also, is it a perk? But you do pay quite a lot for Harry Potter ebooks, and I've looked on my Kindle, they cost about £8 each, so you are getting value for money there. And those two things with the journal definitely equates to the amount of the subscription. There are lots of discounts, and this is a fantastic thing about Wizarding World Gold. If you've got a year where you're like, I want to go and see lots of Harry Potter places, I've got a trip planned to the studio tour. Often when you go to London, you'll then go and do maybe Cursed Child, or you'll go to the Platform 9 3/4 shop. There are lots of discounts to be had. Not only can you get 10% off the majority of the Wizarding shops, and we know how pricey the Wizarding shops are, you can also get early release products, which is very fun. For instance, you can get the Patronus Pops earlier than anyone else before they go on general sale. There is merch that is exclusive to being a member, and there are discounted tickets to actually going to the Harry Potter places, such as Cursed Child, priority access, which is fantastic because Cursed Child is incredibly hard to get tickets for. Not only that, but I'm going now to a Fantastic Beasts exhibition in May, which I got tickets for on the second day it was open because I got some pre-release tickets through the app. And they were, I believe, slightly reduced. Not much, but a little bit. And it was a reasonably priced event anyway. So now I'm booked up to do that. And that's another thing I can say my subscription has got me. Some of the items as well on Platform 9 3/4 shop I've seen especially are discounted by a greater amount. So if you want, say, a Wizarding World trunk, or even some of the key merchandise, they do have discounts which can be up to 20%. So you just have to have a look through the website. Some things are discounted more than others. But if you're trying to collect more merch in 1 year, do the subscription, get all the merch. Now, the last point, which is obviously going to be the massive and most biggest pro to doing Wizarding World Gold for me personally, is the Wizarding World Gold events. Now, I know I sound hesitant about that, and I'll explain why later, but it was like almost too good to be true. So just after I subscribed, they put out I think I almost missed it. It was somebody on, wait, it was one of my friends on Instagram told me about this event. And funnily enough, it had come up on my Facebook that it was happening for Wizarding World Gold members, but I didn't even click into it because I just thought, well, it might be discounted, but there's no way I can afford it at all. So I'm not even going to bother looking. That was my mistake number 2 with my subscription. Anyway, I got told about it later on and it was free. And I kind of had to double take, like, how is this free? I've seen the price of having dinner in the Great Hall before. I've seen it and it's extortionate. And yes, you're getting an amazing, amazing experience, but who can afford it easily? Not many people. It's a luxury that most people can't afford. Then I was told it was free and I just didn't understand how it could be. So not only was it for me to go to Great Hall, because I was looking for a catch in this so much, but it was also for my +1, so my partner could go, which meant that this event, without any of the other benefits I've just described, was £30 a person to go and eat dinner and have a Christmas party in the Great Hall. You can understand why I didn't believe that. So it was a Christmas dinner, 3-course meal in the Great Hall. Generally, that will cost you £240 per person. Per person, £240 per person. So it works out at £480 in total. And I paid £30 for a subscription. Not only that, but on top of that, they're giving you 2 free wands from the gift shop. Now I thought, when I heard about this again, I thought, well, you can't choose the wand. Surely they're going to be like a Harry Potter wand or maybe even a cheaper wand. No, they just let you have free reign in the gift shop and have whichever wand you want ×2, which means that comes to £60 because they're £30 each. So let's just keep adding this up. On top of that, you get 2 butterbeers, which don't cost much, but that's £12. I also received a pin, which was free with my subscription. And lastly, some journal stickers and an exclusive ticket. And they had a special guest who was Warwick Davis. So all these things together, the total cost of that usually would have been £586. And I got it for £60. It doesn't make any sense, but it was amazing. You can see my video. I will link it above. One of the kind of things above me will pop up, I'm sure, in a minute to invite you to watch that video. There were no catches. The last exclusive benefit is the Enchanted keys and the videos. So they promised exclusive content from the Wizarding World. So these are pretty much like behind the scenes videos, which you would see at the tour, where they show you how they've made props and how they've done things in the movie. I'm not such a tech head that I kind of enjoy watching that much. I enjoy seeing it for real life at the tour, but to watch a TV series on it, I probably wouldn't. I know a lot of you guys probably would absolutely love it, and that's something that you cannot watch unless you are a member, and it keeps getting added to. Now it's time that I move on to the cons, and it's tricky to say cons when I don't want you guys to think I was not grateful for that amazing experience, because I was, but I'm also a bit of a realist, and I want to explain to any of you who haven't subscribed to it why you might not want to just jump into it. I'm looking at it equally and taking my experience as not everyone's experience. So I downloaded the app as soon as it came out, and there wasn't that much on it, but it did give me instant access to the ebooks. The journal came very, very quickly. But other than that, you're scrolling through, it's called the Secret Vault, and all you're getting hit with constantly is discounts. And to me, I've just paid £60 for a membership. I don't want constant discounts on things. I just want to see what I bought for my money. I bought the journal, but don't tell me there's more to this membership if it is just going to be discounting items, because as much as I love Harry Potter and Wizarding World items, I can't constantly buy them. So it's not helpful to just endlessly scroll through that. So I kind of feel like the membership is just encouraging you to spend money. The pins, of course, an amazing thing. Really, really good. But if you're in a remote part of the UK, if you don't have a car, if there's not easy transport, if you can't get to London because of work, you can't get to America, it doesn't matter if you actually do live in the UK and America, it does not guarantee that you're able to get to the Wizarding World places to get the pins. And that's frustrating because you've paid for something and you could get it for free, but you can't because you can't get to the place. I think that's a bit unfair. I kind of feel like they should just give you every couple of months a pin and send it through the post, with maybe a leaflet encouraging you to go to the place. Don't force it upon people because they have already paid for the pins and the membership. I do think they should be given out in the post. That's only fair. The discounts, they're discounts. Everyone loves discounts, but that doesn't guarantee that you're going to be able to buy things. Wizarding World stuff itself is expensive anyway, so if you give me a discount for it, definitely doesn't mean I can 100% buy it. There's a lot of things I'd like, but can I buy them all? No. And does a discount mean I can buy them? No. So it can be encouraging, but also it can be frustrating, like the pins. There's a few aspects of this that I do find kind of frustrating. The TV programme, I don't know why. I kind of thought it would be a bit different to how it was. The fact that it is just behind the scenes kind of feels like, can you really call that a Harry Potter series? I didn't expect the cast to be in it, but I expected something a bit more, just have a bit more substance than that. I'm pretty sure that they may have already had those videos to put at a studio tour. So, I mean, I haven't watched them all, I must admit. There may actually be really good ones now that I've missed out on. It's just not my cup of tea. Funnily enough, this is my highest pro and my highest con, is the Wizarding World Gold events. Now, this is why I called the video The Life and Lies of Wizarding World Gold. I can't actually prove this is a lie yet, and I really do hope that Warner Brothers do prove me wrong with this, because they shouldn't do it. They shouldn't reel people in like they have and not deliver what we kind of feel should happen now. But let's look at this as a whole. So the Wizarding World Gold event was amazing. It was held at Studio Tour, which meant that the people in America who had subscribed couldn't attend. But when I asked a member of staff there at the event, would there be other events? They did say definitely, and this was a good place to start. So they definitely encouraged that there would be more, but why would they not say that? I feel that it's very controversial what happened. So let's just have a look at events here. We got the subscription at maybe September, October time, 2019. A couple of months in, and I don't think the subscription was doing particularly well. I don't think it was what they expected to happen. A lot of people said it was money grabbing and that it was just discounts upon discounts. You weren't getting much for your money, but the journal was nice. That was kind of the general consensus. And then randomly, 2 weeks before the event, so there wasn't even any time to prepare for it, on a work night, so it was a struggle to actually get the time off, you had to drive to London with 2 weeks notice to go to a Wizarding World Gold event, which had very limited places. And then everyone went a bit nuts because, understandably, loads of people want to have dinner in the Great Hall. It's amazing. They do events throughout the year, Valentine's Day meals, different meals, Christmas meals. And they cost so much money that if you're going to get it for £60 in one membership, people are going to subscribe. But the problem is everyone subscribed after that event because of the event. And I feel like it was one big publicity stunt. Will they do an event to that scale again? I hope so. But how often is it going to be? Is it going to be once a year? Is it going to be once every 3 years? How often are we going to get it? I kind of feel like they're going to do another event this year for sure, but it will be a lot less impressive. So maybe it will either be a discount, or maybe it will be a much more simplified version where you're not getting to actually have a meal in the Great Hall. I just don't feel, with the price tag of £580, which I know it doesn't cost them in real terms to put on, but how can they justify that? It just doesn't seem justifiable to me. And I feel like they did it to get new subscribers, to get some headlines and kind of, yeah, build up a really good reputation for something that realistically is not likely to happen again anytime soon. I do really hope I get proven wrong here. It's just my thoughts, and I kind of felt bad when I heard loads of people were subscribing after the event, because I thought, when is the next time they're going to put this on? With that event, there would have been some disappointed subscribers who couldn't attend because there was limited places and it was just no notice at all. There will also be lots of people who subscribed just after, and will then, I'm really hoping we'll get to see another event, but will they? 2020 will tell us. So the conclusion then, would I buy it again? Would I recommend you guys to buy it? Christmas party in the Great Hall, definitely more than paid for my subscription, but I kind of feel now like I would bow out after this year. Don't get me wrong, if they kept putting out lots of different events, definitely would continue it. It's perfect for my channel and for what I like to do. However, if I don't see much of that this year, I'll probably give it a miss and feel satisfied with the experience I've already got to have. I would say that the best time to subscribe is if you're looking to get discounts so that you can make a bigger Harry Potter collection, or maybe it's a year where you are going to go and do lots of Harry Potter related things, kind of lump it together, plan a London trip, plan what you want to do, save up some money for merch, and then you'll be getting discounts on everything, and that more than makes it worthwhile. You'll also get the journal, which is amazing, but I kind of feel like after you've done it for 1 year, unless the events are ongoing, just bow out of it, come out of it. Know that you've had what you've wanted. You're still a member of Wizarding World because you can sort yourself on there for free, but just take what you can and then leave, because they might do another cool free gift next year, but I don't think there'll be anything that I will jump and do. I'll probably just save my money and I can spend that £60 on a Hogwarts trunk or something different. Lastly then, would I recommend it to you guys? Now I have to be really careful with what I recommend to you because I want you to be pleased and I don't want to give a recommendation which you're all unhappy with. So my final thoughts are, research it yourself, work out if the perks are something that you want. Are you someone who loves craft? You will get a lot out of the journal. Do you want to get some more Harry Potter merch this year, or even visit Cursed Child and are struggling to get tickets? Weigh up all of that, and then it's down to you as an individual to work out if it's something that you can get your £60 worth out of. If you're not sure and you don't think there's much in it for you, then remember the basic membership without buying stuff is generally just the journal, a bit of content on the app, and potential of a Wizarding World Gold event. I will do a catch up to this video towards the end of the year because we will know more by then as to what this journey holds. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed my honesty, and I will see you again very soon for another magical video. Bye!